Hey, Chris from Keyfarm. So, this is Keyfarm. It's not just a YouTube channel. It is a farm. My normal stuff is farm stuff, and I build different things and do some fabricating. But, I had COVID-19 a while back, and I did a video about it, and as it turns out, it was very, very popular. I did the video over here at the farm, so I got a lot of feedback about people that really love my animals, so I thought we might as well do the update over here too. So, one thing I found out is that people are hungry for information. So, that's really all I have to give is information. I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I'm just going to tell you the personal experience. Now, I've already outlined the sickness as far as it affected me and how it affected me, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll put it in this area. It should come across like this and then go back off. Anyway, you can click on it, or it'll also be in the end cards. But one thing you need to know is what was special about me is I never had a fever. Therefore, I didn't know that I had COVID-19 for quite some time, and that kind of plays into the story. I did follow the rules though. I kept going to work because I didn't have a fever, and that was the rule at the time. We were not wearing masks because this was early April, and everybody wearing a mask really wasn't a thing yet in this part of the world. Alabama, the South. I am fully recovered. I'm just trying to get a few things out of the way to cut down on some questions later. I'm fully recovered. I'm a month fully recovered. I'm a month back to work. I will reiterate that this was in the first video, that my wife and my son didn't catch COVID-19, and our house is not very big. We got but one bathroom. So I thought that was kind of odd. They were tested the day after I got my results. Now, I think the best way to do this would be to start with some people close to me that I have a lot of contact with, and then kind of work my way further away. First of all, I'm friends with the guys down in the shop where I work, the mechanic shop. And the day that I got my results back, my buddy was riding in the truck next to me 30 minutes before I got my results. And I talked to him daily. I mean, we've been friends since high school, so we talk quite a bit. There's another guy down the shop. I call him an old-timer. I hope he watches this and sees that. My latest tractor video, I was thinking about building my tractor even back before I was ever sick. And I sat on the corner of his desk and outlined my whole tractor project with him sitting at his desk, and he never got it. My buddy never got it, and he never got it. A guy that helps me do my job. I write stuff down on a piece of paper every single morning, and then I hand it off to him. He was tested. He didn't get it. By the way, everybody I'm mentioning was tested. He didn't get it. I drive the same forklift every morning when I load my truck. And then another gentleman comes in and drives the forklift the rest of the day in the warehouse. He didn't get it. Even after me driving his forklift every day, he didn't get it. I was worried about him. We have 8 truck drivers that some of them I'm with on a daily basis, working hand in hand with, and some it's more of a weekly basis. I don't see all of them all the time, but I have a lot of contact with them. And none of the 8 got it, which was surprising as well. We got 4 managers. None of the 4 managers got it. All of the paperwork that I handle all day long, it eventually gets back to the office where the ladies in the office process it and, file it and do everything that needs to be done with the paperwork, and nobody up there got it. The thumbnail that's a donkey, that's the one that you hear. Okay, so none of the girls in the office got sick. Oh, in the meantime, I did a video about a farm table that I built. Well, I went to that friend's house, family of 5, and assembled that farm table. I was there probably an hour. We all sat at the table after I got it assembled. And nobody in their 5 family got sick. They were not tested, but nobody got sick in the family. Guys in the warehouse. I don't have much contact with the guys in the warehouse, but 2 of them did get sick, and I think one of them may have had a low-grade fever for a short amount of time, and the other one had kind of a tingling, itchy throat and tongue for a short amount of time. But like I said, my contact with them is very minimal. It's mostly like, hey, from across the warehouse. So, you know, other than, you know, we use the same facilities, you know, the restroom and whatnot when I'm at the plant, but I'm not in the plant most of the day. Let me see, there was a salesman that had it when he was tested. He never had the first symptom, none whatsoever. And I have 0 contact with him. He's very rarely ever at the plant. I hardly ever see him. Okay, the main man that kind of handles the daily operations. When COVID started, he and I sat down and we worked up a plan to get all of our work done in 4 days instead of 5. So all that really consisted of was a couple of face-to-face meetings and me going over some paperwork and then handing it back to him. So there was a little bit of contact there, but everybody that I'm mentioning, except for the warehouse guys, are also out in public places for a good bit of their day. Why are you beating on me? Stop it. So, even these people that have it, they didn't necessarily get it from me. There were 2 guys in another part of the building that had it. One of those guys I had 0 contact with. Oh, the man that runs the day-to-day operation, he had not 1 symptom, and he's 60-ish years old. All right, you can't do that. Look, you can be in the video and you can be nice, but you're not going to horn me the whole time. All right, the salesman that had it never had the first symptom. Are y'all coming through? You scared of the goat? Let me see. The guys in the other part of the warehouse. One of them, I don't even know his name. I'm kind of ashamed of that, but we don't work together. I mean, we've never worked together. He had it and did have a fever. But like I said, he and I have 0 contact. There was another man over there that had it with no symptoms, and mine and his contact was when he had his job caught up on Friday, he would help in my department. So we had very, very little contact. I seen him at probably 2 different locations on 2 different Fridays. And as far as face-to-face meeting, not much. So, who else? Oh, there was one young lady that works off in another county that I hardly ever go to. She's never at the plant, even when she is at the plant. Of course, different restroom, male and female. She had it, never had any symptoms, and like I said, her and I at work never see each other. So, if y'all are going to cross and go on. So, let's see, 2 guys in the warehouse, my boss, salesman. Oh, we did have 1 helper. One of our helpers to our truck drivers did have it, and he and I have a lot of contact. But all of our contact is out in public places. So, what I thought was puzzling, and like I said, this is just information, is the people that I thought should, if it was very, very contagious, the people that I thought should have contracted it from me apparently didn't. Except for maybe my boss and maybe 1 helper. But the other people, I'm so much separated from them that I just don't see how that would be possible. But, like I said, I'm not trying to talk you into anything one way or another. And I would ask one thing, that no matter what you get out of this video, we do know that this disease is serious and it has killed over 100,000 Americans. So, I would just ask that if you're in the camp that doesn't see it as very contagious, keep in mind there are groups of people out there that if they were to get it, it would be very, very bad. Like you're 60 plus, or you're even older than that, or you're immune compromised people. So if you're around anybody in those groups, I would urge you to use extreme caution, because those are the groups that are very, very susceptible. What else? Is there anything else? I think that's everything. If I think of anything else, I'll plug it in at the end of the video. I'm Chris from Keyfarm. I wish you'd love God, love people. I wish that you'd watch some of these videos that pop up. And we'll see you next time. Ow.